Good afternoon, everyone. As indicated earlier, we'll be explaining what happened during the three incidents. We will not be taking questions. I want everyone to understand that our first priority is justice for the victim and the victim's family, and to be able to successfully prosecute a case through court. Some of the information that many of you are going to be requesting, it could be a detriment to the actual investigation. First incident was a homicide on the railroad tracks. It was on the green belt just south of the PennDOT building. This occurred on December 4th at approximately 9:43 in the morning. We were contacted by the Amtrak police. They had indicated that they found a deceased male off of the railroad tracks. We responded out there. We conducted our investigation throughout the day. We developed a suspect. The suspect was a Daniel Reeves. Daniel Reeves is a 20-year-old male who has ties to Centre County. Once we determined that, we actually sent detectives from here up there. We notified the State College Police, and they assisted us with apprehending Dylan Reeves. Dylan Reeves is 20 years old. He is considered homeless when he was here in Harrisburg. The victim in this case is Daniel Kelly. He is 21 years old. He is also considered homeless. Mr. Kelly died from multiple stab wounds. As far as the reasoning for why this occurred, we can't go into that, though that will be information that will be presented in court. Mr. Reeves was taken into custody at 2 p.m. in State College by the State College Police. He will be arraigned in the near future. He's being held on a detainer from probation at Centre County. The second incident was a homicide that occurred yesterday at 4:20 in the afternoon. Officers responded to a shots fired call. When officers arrived to a residence on that block, they found a male within the home that had been deceased. There were family members who were in the residence when we arrived. We conducted our investigation. That is still an ongoing investigation. We cannot release much more from there. There have been several inquiries regarding the Harrisburg Police if we requested that the schools would be closed today. The school district made that determination on their own. We were not consulted, and we did not give any advice towards that. Detectives are out currently investigating that crime. While we were there for that homicide, we received a call. Officers heard multiple shots fired on the 1800 block of Chestnut Street. When they went to investigate, there was a white vehicle that tried to flee the area. The vehicle crashed into parked vehicles. Two individuals got out of that specific vehicle and began running. They ran towards our homicide crime scene. Officers at that crime scene were able to detain those individuals and take them into custody without an incident. It's been determined that the vehicle that they were operating was stolen. We did arrest a Christopher Conway, who is 18 years old. He has been charged with receiving stolen property, possession of a firearm prohibited, meaning that he is not allowed to have a firearm because he's a former felon. Firearms not to be carried without a license, discharging firearms into occupied structures, reckless driving, driving without a license, stop signs, 3 counts of reckless endangering as he's fired into a residence that was occupied, and accidents to unattended vehicles. This individual was arraigned, and his bail is set currently at $200,000. So, thank you very much. Good day.
Okay. I want to address the situation with the school district. As the captain stated, that we did not request the school district close, but since they closed yesterday, I did have an opportunity to talk to someone from the school district last night, but this tells me that there's a serious problem out there for them to close the school district behind the incident that happened, because we did have other high school students that have been tragically killed, but the school never shut down. So once again, in front of the general public, I would like to say that on behalf of the city police and the mayor's office, our condolences to both families who tragically lost a loved one over the past 36 hours. I also want to reach out to the school district to once again say that if there is anything that we can do to partner with you, my agency is more than willing to do it. I also want to reach out to all of my alumni classes who went to Harrisburg High along with me, Mike Elby, other people, NAACP leaders, all other civic leaders in the city of color and of non-color, everybody, because we have a real problem here. So far in the past couple of years, we done taken 460 guns off the street. That is handguns, rifles, and shotguns. And we still have a problem with these city kids with guns. For yesterday's incident, for them to shoot into a house where my officers were just a block over, you know, that just tells you, that they have no respect for the law, for themselves, or for life, period. So I'm asking for all interested leaders in the city, anybody who was willing to help us to take Harrisburg back, to take Harrisburg High School system back, so that the kids up there can go to school and not worried about being targeted, so that they have an opportunity to learn, to get the education that they should be getting, so that later on in their life that they can compete with other people, for jobs and everything else. As it is right now, that is not happening. So please, anybody out there listening to this broadcast right now, all of the leaders of the city, the majors, Danny Lanzana, everybody who I went to Harrisburg High School with when I was SRO, I'm asking for your help. I'm always having people ask me, well, what can I do? What can I do? I'm asking for your help, and I'm asking you to come and see me so we can form a task force, so we can sit down and we can make some real progress, because I saw an 11-year-old girl last night who was scared to death, and she does not deserve to go through what she's going through right now. Thank you.